cooking up something good here at home.
Hello, Happy New Year, family. We're so glad you dropped by the At Home Kitchen because we're celebrating New Year's. The festivities of the holidays are almost over. This is the last big blast before we all settle into the long hibernation of January. Maybe not, though. Who knows? But I trust that you have some plans made. And we're going to give you some finger foods if you're having a New Year's Eve buffet or if you're having an open house. Some people have open house on New Year's Day and they just open the doors and people come and go as they please. Either way, those are nice ways to have a lot of people come through the doors if you don't have a big place, because it's an ongoing thing. So whatever your plans are, I hope that they will include some of the dishes that we're going to share with you today. Some interesting things. And this is also a time of reflection for me. When I come to New Year's Eve, I always remember the watch night services that my dad would have at church, where we would spend the last 2 hours of the old year in church with God as our theme, but Dad would serve communion right at midnight every New Year's Eve, and the first thing we would do in the new year was partake of communion. It keeps the focus on the outgoing year and the focus of the incoming year, and that is so important. I hope that you take that time of reflection, even in the festivities, and think about where do I need to be this time next year? And what do I need to be doing? And how can I improve upon what's going on in my life? And if you ask the Lord, He'll help you. And He guides our steps. That's what He says. The steps of a righteous person are ordered of the Lord. So I know that when we ask Him, He's always quick and always faithful to help us to know where the next steps will take us. So we're going to get started. First, here's our at-home hint. When we come back, it's starting finger foods here in the old at-home kitchen for the holidays. Be right back. Here's today's at-home hint. For New Year's Eve parties, set the theme of time by placing alarm clocks, watches, or timers all over the house set to go off at midnight. It's great fun when midnight strikes and the alarms go off, especially if the kids are still up.
For updates, pictures, stories, and more, like us on Facebook. To watch hundreds of classic episodes, subscribe to us on YouTube. And to get hundreds of free recipes, visit ctvn.org/athome.
Well, we're getting started. Welcome, Patty. Patty's my buddy here, and we're going to make some really delicious, thank you upstairs there, that was nice. We're going to make some really delicious finger foods, nibbles. Is that what you kind of do for?
I love nibble food, yeah.
I do too.
Perfect.
I think that's instead of a heavy meal or what, this is nice for New Year's Eve or anytime you're going to be entertaining, and you can use any time of the year. But we just thought this was a nice combination, okay? What are you going to be making?
I am making wrapped up bacon bundles.
Bacon bundles.
They sound good.
All right, talk us through it here.
All right, all you do is you take water chestnuts.
Now, if you can get the whole ones, you can,
Yeah.
but my store only had the sliced ones, so
You just put a couple
we
together.
drained them and we paper toweled them a little bit,
Right.
okay?
And all you do is wrap bacon around it and stick a toothpick through it.
Secure it like we have here. These are already, okay, and then what?
And you bake it.
So they're going to bake in a shallow baking dish. Don't go deep because then they're not going to crisp up. You have to get the hot air right to the surface.
And you don't want any raw bacon.
No, you don't, for sure.
Yeah.
And that bakes for the first time for 20 minutes. Then, while they're baking, she's going to make a barbecue sauce type thing
Right.
that goes over them, because after they come out, she pours the sauce over that. They go back in for about 10 or 15 minutes at 350.
That sounds absolutely
They're going to be
wonderful,
great.
yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to make a hot artichoke dip. 350 degrees. These are all simple. I'm telling you, it really is a matter of just like putting it all together. And this is 1 can of
Artichokes.
artichoke hearts.
I love
We drained it
artichokes.
well. I do too. I like them in a salad. Paul loves them.
Yeah.
Paul's a big artichoke fan. So we just take that, and we have 1 cup of Parmesan cheese, grated fine. We just toss that in, and 1 cup of mayonnaise. Not
Can't
grated.
go wrong there.
Not grated. No, this is pretty simple, pretty easy. I like simple, easy things, because you know what? Life is just...
And then you can make a bunch of different things and not get
Well,
stressed
yeah.
out over it.
And the other thing is, I don't know if this happens with you, maybe it happens with some of the family out there. A lot of times we do things at the last minute. We aren't planning like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ahead. We'll just say, hey, why don't we have some friends over tonight? And I want stuff that I don't have to be like, oh,
Fussing over.
oh my goodness, why did I ever say this? And it takes the joy out of it.
Right.
I like stuff that you can make quick. And this is quick and easy. Simple, 3 ingredients, just like this. You want to mix it well. Make sure that it's all incorporated. Yummy, yummy.
Yeah, I like simple, quick.
Oh, absolutely. Get rid of that. And then we're just going to spread this into a shallow baking dish. Okay? Again, because you want that to get a crust on the top. Oh, and what we do, we have a French bread baguette. And we're going to toast it first, and then pop this right in the oven. Oh, and spread that on there. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is mine right here. This is all the stuff I like, you know.
For it. That looks really good.
Anything you bake off and has a crust on top, it's got cheese in it, always is delicious.
Cheese and artichokes, you can't go wrong.
Oh, no, absolutely. So what's your plans for the...
Usually we go to the movies, go to dinner, and sometimes afterwards people come back to the house and we'll just greet the new year in that way.
That's good.
That's the usual plan.
Go ahead, pop those in, why don't you? 350 degrees, right?
Right.
Okay. And you know what, Patty? I'm just going to let you pop mine in while you're at it.
Okay.
Here you go.
Put it in the bottom.
Sure. Okay.
And how long does yours take?
This bakes for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, now, what I didn't show you about this is you take a French bread baguette. And you're going to cut. Now, I kind of like to cut mine on the diagonal. I just think it's nice instead of the squares. Instead of the squares. Instead of the perfect.
The round.
Hello, it's been a long Christmas season. Okay, so I just do them on the diagonal. Just kind of like that.
Does look nice.
Yeah, and all you really want to do is just toast them. Like you don't want to butter them or put oil or anything on them like that. So, okay, what are you mixing up for your barbecue?
I'm making the sauce part for the barbecue. And all it is brown sugar, which is a 1/3 cup of packed brown sugar.
Okay.
And then you take a 1/3 cup of chili sauce.
Okay.
And then
Well, that's
a
an
1/3
easy
cup of
barbecue,
mayonnaise.
huh?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Great. Now, Patty, do you remember the services at my dad's church? I don't know if you were there or not.
I know. My sister-in-law used to go. My mother-in-law used to go.
Yeah.
I don't know if Andy and I ever went.
They were some of the most fun
Those
times.
And then they would come home and be all excited.
Yeah.
And then we'd have the pork and sauerkraut and all that stuff after they all came back from church.
Well, sometimes my mother and dad would open their house or the people in the church would say, oh, everybody come to our house and we'll have hot dogs and sauerkraut and pork.
Yeah.
And just a great fellowship time.
Yeah, it really is.
And, that's what it's all about. You can fix all the good food in the world, but if you don't share it with somebody, who knows it's that good.
Exactly. Well, I know those were the most treasured times Andy's mother
yeah.
had. Was New Year's Eve. She would never think of doing anything else but going to church.
Yeah. Well, that's not a bad way to start a new year, let me tell you. That's
no,
the
it really
only
is.
way I ever started a new year until I met Paul. But we still go to church. You know, we don't do the watch night because you can't find churches that do watch night so much anymore. It's kind of more convenient to do it earlier.
Right.
But that's on our agenda. Whatever else we do after that, it's up to us. But
Right.
okay, is there room for us to pop these in somewhere?
Yeah, I'm
just do
sure
that.
I can.
Okay.
Put them in.
Thank you very much, just till they get a little bit toasted. Now this next one is called Midnight Cheese Spread. And this has an 8-ounce softened cream cheese and a stick of butter. And I'm going to go ahead.
Wrong there, huh?
No,
Cream cheese
these are
and
all.
butter.
Yeah, and you don't do this every day, so.
And a lot of this stuff you have in your house anyhow, so you're not rushing to the
Exactly.
store buying a whole bunch of stuff when you already
Strange
have.
stuff, yeah. Some of these things, even during the holidays when I'm doing my groceries, I'll get them ahead because,
Then you have them.
you know, you have them, right. This would be garlic powder. Okay, and this is a little jar. This is the refrigerator area of your store, your supermarket. It's sharp cheddar cheese. That's going to be so good with that.
That will be good.
Now all we're going to do here is we're going to mix this up. Then this goes on a serving because you don't do anything with this except eat it.
Oh, that's nothing wrong with that, huh?
No, like a shortcut. We're eating this immediately.
this.
Okay. So we're going to take a break and we'll be right back in just a minute. Stay with us.
If you love At Home with Arlene Williams, then subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have hundreds of episodes with all your favorite recipes, holidays, and friends.
Say hi to your fan club.
Hi, fan club.
And don't forget to click the bell so you'll never miss another episode of At Home.
Well, we're back, and if you've just joined us, you missed the whole first part of New Year's Eve celebration, where we're making all kind of finger foods to celebrate the holidays. And somebody said, why do they call that midnight cheese spread? Because look at this. Somebody said this is caviar. Trust me, on my budget, this is not caviar. This is finely chopped olives. That's what makes it black. But this stuff here, I'm telling you, this is so creamy. Wonderful, wonderful cheese spread. You're going to like that. But we're going to put this in the fridge. Patty, you mind?
No.
Okay. And I think every buffet, at least around here in this part of the country, in the Pennsylvania area, you have to have like a sweet and sour meatball. You have to. Again, this is quick. We don't have to make the meatballs.
No.
Because it's too much time.
And you know what? I've never done it on a stovetop.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
always done it in a crock pot.
But yeah, you can do it in a
cook it
crock
for
pot too,
hours.
sure. But I have some oil in there, and you just buy, you just buy the meatballs in a bag, because you know what? That saves you a whole lot of time and effort. This is perfect. And you just get your oil hot. These are frozen. We're going to put them in there. Thanks, Patty. And then we're just going to move them around just to get the heat on them. Okay?
And what's
Because we want to do that.
nice about this, it gives you time to enjoy your party.
Well,
You're
yeah.
not spending
As
hours
much-
and hours cooking and you're worn out
You
and
have to
tired.
prepare ahead of time.
Yeah.
If you don't, and you stay in the kitchen all the time, what fun is that kind of a party? This way, all this stuff is done ahead of time, everything. Now, what are you going to start to make?
I'm making quick broiler treats. And all you do is you mix the cup of Parmesan cheese.
Again, the Parmesan.
Yeah.
That's one of your favorite friends to have in your, one
Oh,
of your
yeah, I
staples.
always keep Parmesan and cheese in.
Absolutely. And a chunk of cheese. Always
Oh,
keep
yeah.
cheese in.
And then a cup of mayonnaise.
That's similar to the other one that we did
Yeah.
that we're baking in the oven.
Yeah, very similar.
Okay.
And then you take a quarter cup of snipped parsley, and we use fresh.
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess
fresh.
you can use the dried.
You could, but the fresh is always better.
But yeah,
Always.
and it looks prettier too.
Sure.
All you do is mix it up. And then once we get
Get it
going,
mixed up.
put it on the Melba toast.
Now, oh, that's these. Yeah, if you don't know what these are the Melba toasts.
Did you
And
buy
they-
them in the cracker aisle, or
You
where do you
do.
usually get them at?
You do, and you hope you get a package that isn't cracked up, but this doesn't look too good, but it'll work. We'll do it. And you're just going to spread that on these on
And
a
then we
cookie
put
sheet.
cookie sheet.
Yeah,
Let me get you out a
get your cookie sheet. Okay, you do that. And what I'm going to do while you're doing that is I'm going to make my sauce for my meatballs, because just a few minutes, all you have to do there is let them warm up a little bit.
And I would never have thought to put those together,
Isn't that
but it is
amazing, huh?
so good.
1 bottle of chili sauce. No, this isn't ketchup, this is chili sauce. Right there, see? Let me give you a little hint. When you do this, can't get it all out, just put the lid back on and let it sit like that. All of that will drain down, it'll get into the neck of it, and you open it, it'll come right out, okay? And then, to that 1 jar, that's like a 12-ounce bottle of chili sauce, we're gonna put about a cup, more or less, of grape jelly.
I guess the sweetness with the chili really make.
Oh, yeah.
I know it makes a great sauce because I've made it
Oh,
before,
absolutely.
and it's wonderful.
Now, this isn't going to blend really, really well because, you know, that jelly's in there and it's kind of in chunks. But once it hits in that skillet, trust me, it's going to be great. It will be just fine. And then we have a little bit of fresh lemon juice, which always perks foods up and kind of gives you that fresh flavor. It feels like a freshness when you have fresh lemon juice in there. I love that.
Yeah, I do too.
I think I'm going to do it just a little bit more. Let me get a little dude over here. Oh, I smell them.
Yeah, it does. It smells really
The
good.
meatballs. I don't know which is smelling the best. Stuff we put in the oven or the stuff that's cooking here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me give these
It
guys
all
a little
smells
turn.
good.
I don't want
Making
them
me
to burn.
hungry. Hope I can make it till the party.
Yeah, really. That's the whole thing. Sometimes you're eating this stuff and you're saying, oh, why did I nibble on that? I shouldn't have nibbled on that because now I'm too full to enjoy it when it's really served. But it's good.
You have to taste when you're cooking.
Oh, yeah. Now we just pour that. Oh, yeah. Hear that sizzle? That's a hot pan. We turn the heat down in it though, because you don't want it to be frying now when you put the sauce on it. Like that. And again, we're just going to turn them over to coat. I'm going to make sure that all of that is covering the meatballs. You can do this with kielbasa if you wanted to. You can do it with all kinds of things.
Well, that'd be good with kielbasa.
Oh yeah, sweet and sour kielbasa, the best. Okay, now I'm going to put the lid on that. That's going to cook about 30 minutes, give or take a few minutes, just depends. You're going to want to keep touching them and checking them to see. Let me tell you what's going on in this pan. This is one of those, this was such fun when we did these. You take 2 pounds of fresh mushrooms and you clean them, don't slice them, leave them whole. And then you take 1 stick of butter, half cup, and you saute them in that butter. Then you take an envelope of good seasons, garlic and herbs dressing mix. Sprinkle that over, mix it all over, and you let this cook for 1.5 hours. When it's done, I'm going to tell you, these mushrooms,
Oh, they look wonderful.
the smell in here is so incredible, and they taste like nothing you ever had before. They are so good. You're going to want to try that. That's something you put it on, forget about it, give it a stir every once in a while. These
Yeah,
are
they look
so good.
Wonderful.
They will be very good, okay? Next to it, I have cubanelle peppers. These are, they look like those long, skinny banana peppers. Don't have the heat in them, but the cubanelle, I just split them. I take the seeds and the membrane out, cover them with oil, put them on the baking sheet, pop them in the oven 15, 20 minutes till they start to brown, kind of like that. You bring them out, you dry them off, turn them over, and you put a piece of asiago cheese. I'm telling you, this is so good. And my nephews go nuts over these. When I take them anywhere, they're eating them before I can get them out of the bag most of the time. So these are just some ideas, quick things. How are we doing over here, Patty?
Yeah, they got them all.
Wow, looks good.
I even
Okay.
did some of the broken pieces.
All right, now, the variation for this one is that you can take, this is pepper jack, you can use Monterey Jack, whichever, and you just want to cut a little piece, and then you put a jalapeno on top.
Oh, they look good.
Hot, 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 but so good.
Yeah.
You know, guys like hot stuff, they're going to like that. Well, you know what? You're going to like all this when we get to the dining room when we come back. Stay tuned. Here's how you can get your own set of all these recipes. We'll be right back.
To get all the recipes from today's show, plus hundreds of others, just click the link in the video description or visit our website, ctvn.org/at-home.
Well, here we are. Look at this table, Patty.
That's great.
This is like a rainbow. I'm telling you, all finger foods, all nibbles, all things that everybody can partake of. This is one of those things that you do progressively throughout the evening. You know, we're showing you it all one time because we want you to see everything. But, you know, I wouldn't put it all out at once. I would put maybe one hot item, and then maybe a half hour, 45 minutes, I'd put another hot item. And you want to keep working to keep it nice and neat. If it starts to look scruffy, get it off of there, put something else in its place. Let's start way down there with my midnight cheese spread. That's the chopped, very finely chopped olives on top of there. Real creamy. We just put a nice little cracker with that. Any kind of a cracker. There's all kinds of crackers out there. Whatever your pleasure is, that's what you want to use. Next to is our artichoke parmesan.
That looks incredible.
That thing smells so awesome, and it tastes so good. Nice. You want to go on a mild cracker so you don't mess up the taste of the artichokes. So you want to remember that. Next to it is our bruschetta. Now that's
beautiful.
Red
Absolutely
roasted
beautiful.
pepper bruschetta. We're going to include, we didn't get time to do that today, but we're going to include that recipe for you. And then right beside that is those are the
Mushrooms.
unbelievable mushroom. That's a mushroom appetizer. You're going to love that. And then next to that is the quick broiler treats.
Right.
And we have some with the cheese plain and some with the jalapenos and the hot jack on there. Great. Beside that are the asiago peppers, I told you, with it's just a cubanelle pepper it's been roasted, and then we put a slice of the asiago cheese down there. Then here, Patty, what's
Those
this?
look good. Bacon bundles.
Yeah, wrapped up bacon bundles.
With the
There's
homemade
some,
barbecue sauce.
and there's water chestnuts
Yes.
inside. You're going to love that. And then I just did a plain tray. For some people who are watching their weight, I always include this on any buffet because, number one, it's colorful, and number one, it's very healthy. And it does help people that are trying to watch their diet.
You don't feel
Then-
as bad as you're dipping in the dip.
Exactly. And then here's our sweet and sour meatballs. Larry, the camera guy, says, that's my dish. And I said, okay. And then we just added mixed nuts, a lot of mixed nuts. We did a little plain
Pepperoni and cheese.
pepperoni, cheese, and crackers for people that don't like a lot of different things. And let's see, we're keeping our dessert very light. This is a New York cheesecake, but small, and I just did raspberries, frozen raspberries over the top. That's going to be a help for you that you're not going to have to worry about, oh, what am I going to get? What am I going to get? Sounds like it might be time already. Sounds like
Yeah,
the
it sounds like the
whistles are
siren's
blowing
blowing.
outside. That's cool. Okay, and I want to tell you, this is not champagne. This is sparkling grape juice. There's no alcohol at all. And you know what? Why in the world can't we have that for New Year's Eve? And this is just a little bubbly. It's kind of nice. I also keep water, and I keep like any other kind of beverages, like sodas. But you can get it in white, or you can get it in red.
It does, looks pretty.
And you know what? Kids love this.
Oh yeah, everybody.
It has
loves
nothing
It's
to
good.
do with alcohol. It has to do with celebration. That's what this whole table has to do. And if there's other things that you think, oh, maybe we should add, go ahead and do them. You know, these are just suggestions. Most of all, my greatest suggestion for you would be include Jesus Christ in your plans for the new year. I'm telling you, if you will, this time next year, you will have a greater feeling, a much better story. So be sure to join us the next time because it wouldn't be the same without you. Happy New Year, everybody!
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Furnishings provided by Levin Furniture, featuring Lane's Country Living Collection. Food provided by Jordan Banana Company, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Trevosburg, Pennsylvania.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home. Thank you for watching.
Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program possible.